Let's take a look at the positive discipline tracker. Now, we've developed a few spreadsheet solutions for education now, and to be honest, this is towards the less sophisticated end of the scale of the things we've developed. However, it still conforms to the same design principles. And the one design principle we've focused on above all else for this application is ease of use. That's because as a teacher, you've got so much going on in the classroom, looking after the kids, thinking about your lesson plan, all of the things you have to think about. You've got so much going on that you don't want to be spending time using a piece of software that takes lots of mouse clicks and lots of keyboard inputs. That takes a lot of time, and you're just not going to be able to do that in a teaching situation. So what we've tried to do is to create something that's super easy to use. Now, how have we done that? Well, this is a spreadsheet and it runs out of Excel. However, you'll notice over here in columns B and C and in columns I and J that we have these buttons. Now, you might not have seen these buttons in Excel before, but they can do things really quickly that would otherwise take more time. The thing about Excel is you have to double click on a cell and make an input on the keyboard to put something in. However, with the positive discipline tracker, you don't have to do that. You can simply click on a button and things happen. So all it takes is a single click of the mouse. That's how easy it is. So let's take Tony Brown, for example, and let's say he's come into the classroom on time and we want to give him an on-time ticket. All we have to do is hit this button here, and as you can see, cell E10, the value is increasing by 1. That's how easy it is. We can also give Tony a credit by clicking on this button here, and as you can see, the value in the credit cell is increasing by 1. I'm just going to reset those values now. You'll notice in column G there's a points total here. So what's this all about? Well, the positive discipline tracker gives a points value to an on-time ticket and to a credit, and you can control these values here, so all of the parameters are fully adjustable. So let's give Tony some on-time tickets, and as you can see, for each on-time ticket the points value increases by 1. That's because the points for an on-time ticket at the moment is set to 1. I can set this to 2 and then give him another on-time ticket, and as you can see, the value is increasing by 2. So these parameters are fully adjustable, and you can adjust these to your teaching style or whatever you're trying to emphasize with your learners. So let's give Tony one more credit and let's see what happens. As you can see in column H, the reward due reminder has flagged up. That's because Tony's total number of points, 18, is more than the number of points needed to get a reward. Again, you can control this yourself. But at the moment it's set to 15 and Tony has picked up 18 points. That means the reward is due. So let's try this again with James Cresty. So just keep your eye on cell H11. I'm going to give him 4 on-time tickets, which is 8 points because they're worth 2 points each, and then 1 credit. When I hit the credit, he'll have 18 points, so the reward should become due. Okay, there you go, and that just that flashes up automatically, so you don't have to be tracking this in your mind. The positive discipline tracker will remind you when a reward is due. So what do you do now? Well, as you can see, rewards are due for the 3 students here and a few more further down. So you can give them their reward, which might be giving something to the student, or it might be doing something like sending a postcard home. So once you've issued the rewards, you'll want to reset this total so that the student can start accruing points again. Again, that's a one-click operation, so you don't have to double-click in any cells and delete. You don't have to do any of that. It's just a one-click operation. So I can hit the reset button here, and the on-time tickets have reset. I can hit the reset button in column J, and the credits reset. And as you can see, the points total is now back to 0. So it's as easy as that. I can issue the postcards or whatever I'm going to do and just hit the reset buttons. A nice one-click operation. Over here we have the overall totals. This is keeping the overall total for the whole year. So when you click the reset button, only the running totals reset. the overall totals don't reset. So this is giving us a picture of student performance across the whole year, and it also gives us an instant ranking. So this tells you where the student stands in relation to his or her classmates. So we can give Tony a few more credits and he should move to the top of the class eventually. There you go. Now he's ranked number 1 because he has the most points of anybody in the class. Okay, so that's the positive discipline tracker. We have easy to use buttons in columns C and D, and then the running total section, and that will automatically flag up when a reward is due. Then we have easy to use reset buttons and the overall total section here for tracking through the whole year. So I hope you think that looks easy to use and useful for you. Just to demonstrate how easy I think it is to use, I've got an empty version of the student tracker here, and I'm going to quickly populate this with some student information to show you how quick and easy it is to do. So I'm going to type in some student names here. Now obviously I'm typing these in using the keyboard, but this is the only time you will have to do keyboard inputs when you're using the positive discipline tracker, because they take a lot of time. We don't want to be doing them. Anyway, I've just typed in the name of the students, student 1, student 2, student 3. So let's say that these students have arrived in class on time. I've issued them with an on-time ticket. All I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3 quick clicks on the mouse button and the on-time tickets are logged. Okay, it really is that quick and easy. Let's take student 3 and let's hit the credit. Let's say they've done some good work. We want to acknowledge that. They've got a credit. And then let's say student 3 has done some good homework now, and we want to acknowledge that as well. So student 3 now has 2 credits and the reward due box has flagged up. So that's reminding us that this student has accrued enough points and that a reward is now due. So let's say I now issue that reward, so I give the student whatever my reward is, or I send a postcard home to the parents and guardians. I just hit the reset button, the on-time tickets are now reset, hit the reset button here, the credits are now reset, which means the points total has gone back to 0 and the reward is no longer due. However, over in the overall total section, all of these stats are recorded, and you can see that student 3 is the number 1 performing student in the class at the moment. Okay, so that's the positive discipline tracker. I hope it looks useful to you and you think it will save you a lot of time.